It is streaming. It is streaming. It is good. Playing us in. Here we go.
Welcome to Earl and the Idiot, the show that gives you the answers you need to take your business to the next level. With Earl Flormata, one of Vancouver's most sought-after business and marketing consultants, author of Business Engine Optimization, consultant to over 60 successful businesses, an all-around evil marketing genius with a combined total of more than $70 million worth of sales to his credit. And some idiot. Okay, here we go.
Here we go indeed.
I'm ahead of the narration this morning for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm too familiar. I was anticipating rather than just, being in the moment.
It's like the choreographed dancers is one of them is just going off doing his own thing. Yeah.
The left shark? You talking about left shark?
Yeah, you were left shark.
There's
Oh
worse
my
things.
God. I remember that. I've wanted the shark onesie ever since.
You ever see that IKEA shark is like really popular online right now?
Yes.
There's whole subreddits dedicated to people like posting pictures of him like with glasses on, typing in the computer, and like it's pretty freaking cute.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah.
I got an arrow stuck in your head, but
It missed me. It just phew,
Ooh, there you go.
I just matrixed it.
Yeah.
This is actually for those who don't watch the show, I make a different Zoom background for our topics every week, and this will make sense in a second. But I can't get my pen to show up.
There
This
you
is
go.
interesting. AI has always had a problem with breaking stuff.
Mm.
I'm gonna check actually
So
while we're
did you try to do the prompt to make the Robin Hood arrow split thing? Is that why you?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like it's just two arrows. It didn't
Yeah.
split one of the arrows. And because a while ago, in AI terms, for like 6 months ago or something, um, I tried to make an image of a guitar being smashed, a la Pete Townsend, smashing a guitar on the stage.
I remember that. We talked about that on the show.
We talked about that, and it absolutely would not wreck the guitar.
No.
It put a bunch of debris around the guitar, but it couldn't break
Yes.
the guitar. And it's just sort of an indication of like it understands guitar, but it doesn't actually understand the physics of a piece of guitar. It doesn't know it's made of wood. It doesn't know that when you hit it on
I
ground, like
think
it
I think it
splits
does
here.
now. I've seen like videos with stuff made by AI blowing up now. So it's like I think it gets
In
it
the
now.
video format. Yeah. I'm gonna check on it while we're talking. How are you doing?
I'm a little I guess apprehensive. This might be
Uh,
our last show.
don't go there.
uh, so yeah, the surgery is tomorrow.
Hmm.
So hopefully I'm well enough in a week to do next week's show.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Like you were telling me, I mean, do you want to give the details of your surgery or no?
Oh yeah, it's fine. Like I'm getting stents in, and everyone I talk to says, "Yeah, no problem. It's no problem. You'll be fine in like a week." And I'm like, "All right, well, we'll see."
That's so insane to me. Like you told me you're driving home that day, and I lost my mind. I was like, "What?" Like it's, I mean, it's literally open heart surgery, is it not? Or do they
No,
go?
no, 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 no. It's not.
Oh,
It's laparoscopic. So
oh,
yeah,
okay.
they put it in and then they stick it in and then that's it. And then there's a tiny like when I got my appendix out, there was a tiny little hole. It took forever to heal, and there were like three of them, so that was weird. But yeah, it took forever to heal, but it healed and it's fine now. So.
Hmm. So they go in through your pee and they just run a tube all the way up.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Maybe
It's
they just
either through the wrist or the leg, and I'm like, okay,
maybe they just go through the ear, perhaps, and just
yeah,
feed it
yeah,
down into your heart.
yeah.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense, I guess. But yeah, it's just like you're getting surgery on your freaking heart, and they're like, yeah, drive home, or not drive home, but go home the same day. And I'm like, "Are you nuts?" But yeah, I guess
Yeah, it's come a long way. It's come a long
yeah.
way.
I always, when it comes to medicine and like people complain about the medical system and everything, it's like there's certainly things to complain about. But you ever seen the movie Amadeus?
Yeah, but that was a long time. I don't remember it anymore.
There's a scene in there where the guy, it's sort of, the guy in present is narrating the past, but the present, of course, is still the 1700s or 1600s or whatever it was.
Right.
And he's a wealthy former composer, former court composer.
Yes.
He's not destitute. He's not poor, and he falls ill. Right? he's sick. He's near the end of his life, so he started confessing. And then like whatever, I don't even know what malady he has strikes him, and they're like, "Oh, we better get him to the hospital." They fucking take him outside, and they throw him on a two pieces of wood dragged behind a cart, like you know what I mean, like a little A-frame, and they
Yeah.
just throw him on these two pieces of wood. And they drag him through town on the back of this cart, not even fucking wheels on the cart, pardon my French. And they take him into this hospital. The floors of the hospital are lined with straw,
Yeah.
and there's just like maniacs and people with open sores lying around in the hallway on the
Right.
straw floor. And you're like, this is the medical care you get when you got lots of money back then.
Yeah, no kidding.
And it's like,
Whilst someone with the bubonic plague sneezes upon you, right? It's just
yeah,
yeah,
right. Like
it's
the
just that's
doctor
just the way
shows
it
up with like
works.
the pustules on his face or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's like, and even then when they get you in the, I don't know, operating room, like what's the doctor going to do? Oh, I can saw one of your limbs off if you like. Like, you know,
Here, bite
does
down
he actually,
hard on this.
yeah, does he actually have any ability to do anything for you other than just watch you die?
No, they put leeches on
Oh yeah, they got some leeches, cut off one of your limbs, maybe, and
you.
they heat up a red hot poker and jam it into whatever's bothering you, you know.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So it's
We'll
like,
burn it
yeah,
clean.
what's that?
We'll burn it clean.
Burn it clean. Yeah, exactly.
Sends
So
you
it's
with
like
fire.
when you you know, when you complain about the medical system, remember that we're throwing shit inside of Earl's heart tomorrow, and he's coming home the same day.
Yeah, exactly. So progress, my friend, progress. Anyway, so you have a
Anyway,
target behind your head.
I do have a target. I gotta just I'm Neo in the Matrix. Just keep
Yeah, keep dodging the arrow.
yeah. So we this is Earl and the Idiot. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Oh, I got to bring up Facebook because send out the reminder that if you like the show, we give you a shout out. If you comment, we'll read it on the air, live on the air, and no charge yet.
Yeah,
Show's not popular enough yet, but later on, it's going to be like
no
we're going to
super
charge 100
comments.
bucks,
Yeah, yeah,
100 bucks for a super tweet, or what do you call it, a super chat.
yeah.
So right now it's free. So get it while it's hot. And so what we do is we have Earl here, who's very smart, and we just wring out every last bit of knowledge we can from him before he goes into surgery tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, it's better when people ask questions because if you just leave me to my own devices, I will just ramble on about whatever fascinating thing is going on in my head. It's just like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, this one customer had this problem, and then we fixed it like this, right? And then that may or may not be interesting, right? So, yeah. So I give you
Y-
three
yeah,
concepts from three meetings. Like these are literal meetings I had during the week with customers
yeah.
and everything else. And then they asked me strange things. So this one was spurned by a buddy trying to target seniors because his
Okay.
service is relegated to seniors. And he's like, how do we target the seniors? And I'm like, well, you don't necessarily target the seniors if that's what you're after. Sometimes you target around the senior. And then that's when talked about like, going over not necessarily hitting the target, like in the middle, right? Like your picture there, but
Mhm.
hitting the ring around the middle, right? So, or the
Right.
rings, two rings around the middle, right? So sometimes it's good to go indirect versus direct. And so that's where this concept came up. So.
Yeah. I realized that after I made the thing. I was like, no, he said outer rings of the target. So what we do is we take whatever Earl has encountered this week in his business consultation dealings, and we plug it into AI. We used to have it to give it a more complicated prompt. Now we're just like, do a show for us, and it knows exactly what we're asking, and it just spits out our show format, which is three things to do, two things to avoid, and one red hot tip. And then we go through what AI said and just discuss it because it actually makes for a more interesting show than just reading off our own stupid script that
Yep,
we wrote.
absolutely.
We're just we're
Those are still
spectators like
forever
you.
known as the lost episodes, right? So
Yes. Yeah. That'll be uh that'll be the when you join the platinum tier subscription to
you
Earl
want
and
to
the
watch
Idiot.
the garbage
You
first
get the you'll
episodes, then yeah.
we'll send you the complete DVD set of the original episodes.
Excellent. On
We'll send them to
Laserdisc.
you on VHS. Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
say VHS? We
I
both
said
said that at the same
Laserdisc.
time. Oh, Laserdisc. Oh yeah.
Even more obscure.
Yeah. All right. Now I know you're on a time crunch, so here we are, 20 minutes gone, and we'll dive right into it.
Excellent. As per usual.
As per usual. Okay, so the question you asked was how to target marketing for small business owners hitting the outer rings of the target. Do do do. And so what? start by saying explaining what you mean exactly. I think you sort of said it, but like, give me
Well,
some
okay.
examples
So
of like,
if I give you like a more let's go like medieval Japan setting, right?
all right,
So
sure,
like there's
why
there's
not?
two ways to take out the castle, right? You send a samurai on a horse full of armor and stuff, very menacing with the horny, the horns sticking out of his thing and da 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 and holding a spear and yelling at you. Barging down the front door. That's one way to tackle something head on, right? That works, sometimes. The other way is to send the ninja in, sneaking in the back, and then they assassinate whoever's, guarding the door, and then now everything's open, right? So
Hmm.
this is the more indirect method, right? The ninja method. So we're kind of going indirect, not directly through the front door. We're going on in the side door. We're sneaking in the back or whatever else. And that's what I mean about hitting the outer ring around the target. So one time, many moons ago, I'm sitting at work and we're selling financial service stuff, and there's this one guy who just refuses to budge on the financial service stuff, and um, how I got him was I sold everybody around him, right? And all everyone could talk about was this thing, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm going crazy." And then eventually he caved and bought stuff. I'm like, see? So that's an indirect methodology. So if I can't convince him to do it, convince everybody else around him, and then everyone else starts to just go, oh my God, right? So in the case of the going after the seniors in the senior market, he was asking me questions like, how do we go after them, right? And I said, well, you can do certain things, but because they're seniors, you might not necessarily be able to target them online, or they might not be in the space where you're looking, right? So what you do is you go after their kids. So the kids
That's
who
that sounds ominous.
well, because the kids want to take care of the elderly, and the service was targeting for the elderly, right? Like you wouldn't need the service unless you were elder, right? So and the kids care about the elderly and they care about their parents and stuff. So it's like if you go after the children and say, hey, don't you care about mom and dad? You should probably get them this, right? And then that, had a big light bulb moment, and that was the onus behind this discussion, right? They're like,
Hmm.
wait, so we target market towards the children, and then the children buy it for the elderly parents. I'm like, yeah, that's how it works because, the children are still online, right?
Right.
And you can target them a whole lot easier, right? So anyway, that's
Okay.
what spurred the idea of indirect target marketing, right? I mean, like if you want to get a family to go to McDonald's, right? Look at
Hmm.
what Sesame Street did. They had like the whole McDonald's thing before Sesame Street. All the kids are like, "Oh my God, chicken nuggets!" And then they'd run to mom and dad, "Hey, mom and dad, we want chicken nuggets!" And then the McDonald's stuff would be sold because remember, you can't sell to the kids; they don't have any money, right?
Yeah.
So to get to the parents who have the money, you you know get the children all riled up, right? And then
All right.
there's a Happy Meal toy, and then they want this toy, and then they'll sell the parents, right? So the target market actually is the parents, but you're going through it through the kids because you get the kids all happy about, Happy Meals and ice cream and stuff. So yeah, it's indirect attacks upon the target, again, very indirectly. So I don't know how else to say that, right? It's just not going after the target in the middle. So you go after the ring around the target.
Mm.
So anyway,
Right.
that was the onus behind the talk, and I'm like, okay,
So
cool. Well,
I screwed up my prompt, is what you're telling me for my
it's all
image.
good. It's all good.
Um, okay, so let's see what Chat GPT has to say about this. Three things to do. One, build partnerships with people who already have your customers. This is a classic Earl maneuver. Stop trying to find customers, find who already has them. Realtors, Arrow mortgage brokers, gyms, physio, supplement stores, restaurants, local event organizers, B2B, accountants and agencies. You borrow trust and audience instantly.
I still can't believe the number of people that need to be educated in this sector,
Hmm.
right? Like peanut butter goes with jelly, duh, right? So,
Hmm.
being able to um understand that realtors need mortgage brokers is like almost a forehead slap. It's like, come on, like you guys should know this. And so I was talking with a colleague the other day, and he has a buddy who's a realtor, and the realtor, thought that, oh my God, we should partner with mortgage brokers. And he thought that this was the best idea since sliced bread. I'm like, don't they teach you this crap in like school when you're just
Right?
starting out that you should probably partner with people who help you with your business? Because ain't no one buying real estate without a mortgage these days, right? Yeah. If the guy shows up with with a briefcase full of money and like, here you go, you should question that, right? Like, most people need a mortgage these days. So, so yeah, just partnering up with people. I can't believe how much I have to still beat that into people. Like, partner with people. So, like for example, again, this is a different company targeting seniors again. It's like, well, why don't you partner with old folks' homes? Because they have a bunch of old folks, right, in the seniors market. And so
Yeah.
if you deal, and the hilarious thing is it helps the old folks home as well, right? So it helps the old folks home because then their constituents are happier and better off and da 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 da. And they never once thought maybe we should partner with these guys. I'm like, well, that's like another quote I use a lot is fish where the fish are,
Hmm.
right? Because if you're fishing where there's no fish, you ain't gonna catch no fish, right? So it makes it simpler. It's easier, right?
That makes sense to me. We've talked about this quite a lot, I think,
We do, but
but people
still,
haven't got it yet.
I run into like every time I run into a new person, I'm like, okay, well, the fastest way to get to 2 to 5 million revenue in your business is through joint venture. And they're like, okay, cool. And then they don't do it. And then they watch me do it. And they're like, wait, didn't you just start this business like a little while ago? How are you at six figures already? Well, because I did joint ventures, right? Because, these guys already have my customer base. Like they already did the hard work and the heavy lifting. Might as well partner with them, right? And
Simple
a
enough.
lot of people also are greedy. They don't want to give a piece of their profit to somebody else, not realizing that, you know, if you do that, you're splitting a much, much bigger pie, right? They're like, I don't want a small piece of pie. I want all the pie. And I'm like, well, if you make the pie bigger, right, and you take your slice of it, that's a whole lot more pie, right? And then diabetes for everybody. So,
Hooray. Give me
so
meat
yeah,
pie. All right. So we've done it to death, but take note, everyone.
but
Two,
partner,
create
like,
content that travels through other people's channels. Most small businesses think post on my page. Wrong. Just one sentence. Wrong. Period. Think guest emails in someone else's newsletter, featured in local community groups, partners' social posts, podcast appearances. Hello.
uh,
Speaking at events. Distribution is greater than creation. You don't need more content. You need more places for it to live.
well, what's the point of having excellent content if no one ever sees it,
Yeah.
right? So you can
Or
have the
the
best
people who see it
content
are your
and
customers already.
well, yeah, right. And then it's just putting the hubris aside, right? It's just like, well, I don't want to be in someone else's newsletter. I want to make my newsletter. Cool. How many subscribers you got? -3. Excellent. So that's a lot of distribution, right? So,
Right.
but if you pay to be in someone else's newsletter, yes, you're paying. Yes, it's somebody else's brand and someone else's list, but you're leveraging their list, right? If they got 10,000 followers or 10,000 people or 10,000 people on their newsletter, right? So as an
Mm-hmm.
example, for fuck up nights, we're
Mm-hmm.
leveraging somebody who has a newsletter with 100,000 people on it. Well, you know how many people are on our newsletter? 2,000. So the 2,000 versus 100,000, guess which list is bigger? Well, yeah, it's just numbers, right? So we're we're going to be posted in the 100,000 newsletter. We'll get way more reach. We'll sell more tickets a lot easier than our measly 2,000 list in comparison, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. I mean, and you don't realize there's only so much room in the building. Like I think we have like a max capacity of like 150 or 200 in the new location that we're doing it next round. So,
Yeah.
like how much percentage from the 100,000 need to say yes for that place to be full to the brim, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it makes a big difference the more distribution you got. So, distribution greater than creation? Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like this idea because, like if you've got people that are following you already, they're either already your customers, they already know about you, they already trust you.
Yes.
But when you go on someone else's, then it's like you got a whole round of people that don't know you. And by them posting you or mentioning you, you're borrowing their trust.
This is also like the holy grail of social media, right? Like,
Mm,
you have your followers, you post, people comment and da da da. But it's in inviting the algorithm to show you to people outside of your circle, right?
mm,
So one of the posts that we do for fun, because every Sunday I go have brunch with my buddy George. We call it the Viking and the Duke because he's got Scandinavian descent, and I'm Earl, so Viking and Duke. So um like the last post we did, I think had like 80% reach outside of our circles. Like outside. So not followers, not people who know, like, and trust us, people who don't know we exist. And so that damn video just went to the moon. I'm like, holy crap. And because other people outside were watching, you get more exposure, you get more people, you get more, people liking it, and then you get more, you basically get more bang for your buck for the video, right? So that's really that. So distribution, distribution, distribution.
nice. All right. This one's interesting. Package your offer so it benefits the middleman. Explain, AI. What are you talking about? Indirect only works if the connector wins. Ask why would they promote me? Build it in. Revenue share, referral fees, value add to their clients, co-branded offers. If there's no upside for them, you don't have a channel. That's kind of a tag on to the last thing, I guess.
Yes, but no, right?
Okay.
So like it said, it's got to be beneficial both ways, and it can't eclipse them, right? You
Right.
can't have content that makes them seem irrelevant. Okay. So as an example, right? My buddy Reza, right? Like he runs an accounting firm,
Mhm.
and he has a really cool offer where he will rip back 10 years and look at your taxes from 10 years ago and see if you made any boo-boos, and then, fix them, right? And then refile your stuff. Now, in his packaging, he says that that doesn't mean we want to steal you from your current accountant.
Mhm.
That's really important. Like he's like, stick with your accountant. We're just doing this to find anything that they could have overseen. And then from here on forward, they'll know what to do and they won't miss it anymore. So stick to your account. Because if we put this in accountants' other newsletters without saying stick with your accountant, they'll be fearful that, oh my God, they found mistakes that we did. They're going to steal our clients,
Mhm.
right? And so where he benefits the middleman is that from other accountants' practices, they get the whole rewind thing. And where he comes into play is he also has a financial services license. So he can then do their insurance or their investments or whatever. Some like not every accountant does that. So that benefits the middleman. So the accountant, gets the service, and then he also has other services that he can sell his clients, and then they can work out a deal to make money both ways from there, right? So that benefits the middleman. Um, my buddy Dave and I were discussing this the other day, and we're like, you always pay the network. You always pay the network, right?
Mhm.
Because it's a good practice to always pay the network because when you do, the network will always bring you the lead. You got two people, right, to do the same service. They both do it of equal caliber and equal greatness. One of them pays you referral fees. The other guy just says thanks, right? Which one are
Right.
you gonna give the leads to? The guy who pays the referral fees. Why? Because what gets rewarded gets repeated, right?
Right.
So we're all Pavlov's dog, right? The bell rings, we all salivate. Same idea, right? So
Mhm.
sometimes, someone gives you business, you give them a little bit of something, they're going to want to keep giving you business.
Makes sense. I always appreciated my one of my clients that I was sending leads to them, and they were paying me for every lead that paid off. And he always says, he'd be giving me a pretty sizable commission check because of big sales, commission the containers. He always said, I'm always super happy to pay you. Obviously, I'm only paying you if I make money. So
Right. And
it brings me great joy to pay
that's
you.
the best kind of thing, right? Like the bigger check I write my affiliates, that means the more money I made on the back end for me, right? So that's
Yeah,
great.
we won't talk about the guy who took over the company and didn't feel the same way. All right, here we go. Two things to avoid. One, don't rely on your own audience. If all your marketing lives on your Instagram, your email list, your website, you're capped. Small audiences equals slow growth. Indirect equals leveraging other people's scale. I feel like this is just negatively stating the thing we just talked about, like
It
the
is,
opposite
but sometimes
side.
you got to look at things backwards,
Hmm.
right? Like just because you say it one way doesn't mean that it resonates with everybody, right?
Yeah.
Like some of the presentations I do, I say the same damn thing like 8 times, right? Just in a different way. And everyone's like, "Oh, number five is amazing," and like it's all the
Hmm.
same crap, right? Literally, it's all the same crap. It's just that the way you show them, some of them will get the aha moment from different methodologies, right? And
Hmm.
some of them will get the aha moment from repetition. You repeat it, you repeat it, repeat it. On the seventh one, they're like, "Oh my God, why didn't you say it like that the first time?" I was like, "It's the same thing, right?" And so, yeah, so definitely repetition. Don't relying on your own audience. Absolutely. Um, I make a lot of the progress in my business by speaking on other people's stages, right? So I'm a public
Hmm.
speaker, so I speak on their stage, and there's 300, 500, 1,000 people there. Well, that is 1,000 people I would have taken 10 years to meet one-on-one networking by myself, right? Whereas standing on somebody else's stage, I meet them all in one go. And I was on stage and I'm the guy, they're like, oh my God, that guy was on stage. He must know what he's doing. Right. So that just the appearance on someone else's platform or their stage raises your bar just that much, just a little bit. Right.
Makes sense. Uh, all right. Number two thing to avoid when trying to hit the outer rings
Yeah.
of the target, don't make it complicated for partners to refer to you. If they have to explain your offer, remember steps, sell for you, it dies instantly. Your offer should be easy to say in one sentence. You save money on X. They fix Y problem fast.
Yes, 100% yes.
Mm.
So many moons ago, I was part of this mastermind group, and they were teaching us, like the structure of a funnel and how to make a funnel and how to make an offer and all this stuff. And one guy had like an engineering type background, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm going to take every suggestion and incorporate it into one gigantic masterful funnel of epic proportions." And it was so convoluted and confusing. Not a single one of us could follow what the hell he was saying. And the deal, I can't like to this day, I just remember being so confused. I don't know what the deal was. It's like, and if you buy this, you get this, and if you go this way, you go this way, and if you have this, you have options for this, this, and this. I'm like, yo, like that's what? Like I can't repeat it. I just remember being confused, and I'm like, I want to help you, but I can't, right? And I always make fun of this by saying, and I still do this. This is still a habit. I just watch people shop, right? Watch someone buy ketchup. There's only two kind of ketchups. It's like the name brand and the no name, right? And they pick one and they go home. Then you watch someone buy mustard, and they're just completely screwed. They're just flustered by the 11 billion
Flustered,
choices of mustard
flustered
on
by
the.
the mustard.
What was that?
Flustered by the mustard.
Flustered by the mustard, man, and don't make it complicated. So, watching some
Trademark.
poor bastard
TM.
look at the mustard and go, I don't know which one to pick, right? And you actually watch them pause and like, give the facial expression of confusion, and then like, uh-oh, right? And yeah, that's all. I always enjoy watching that. It's pretty funny, and so don't make it complicated, man. Don't make it complicated. Don't make so many options that even the people who are trying to refer you can't repeat all the options. And I like that one sentence, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I
Yeah. So
like
it's perfect. Someone you're dealing with a customer and they go, geez, in addition to what you're doing for me, I got a problem with my so and so. You'd be like, oh, Earl solves that. Call him. Like
right.
that's a
Well,
solid referral right there.
we added like $2 million to the bottom line of one company by adding 4 words to their pitch. And the 4 words were, and we do commercial, right? So they were a $20 million company. We added 4 words and it added $2 million to their bottom line because like they wanted to expand in commercial. I listened to their pitch the pitch was beautiful, but in nowhere in the pitch did it say we do commercial. So we added the four words. So like this company had it down pat. Like every single person from this company had their pitch just absolutely like down. It was bonkers. I've never seen anything like it where everybody, right, could say the same pitch the exact same way. Not using the same words, but the same spirit and the same structure and the same everything. And then all they had to do was add the words and we do commercial, $2 million. And I'm like, holy cow. So that's what don't make it complicated means, right? If
Right.
you can't remember four words and you're a sales guy, you're not a very good sales guy, right? But at that point, everybody, the receptionist remembered, and we do commercial, right? So yeah.
Perfect. All right. So here's a red hot tip from ChatGPT on how to hit the outer rings of your marketing target.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, well, we'll get to that in a second. Turn your service into a no-brainer add-on for someone else's sale. Example, accountant. Hey, want us to review your merchant fees too? Earl, take note of that one.
Right.
Web designer. We've got a partner who installs AI chat to capture leads.
Hmm. Dan, take a book. Take that one.
Take me, realtor. Need a moving company? I know someone. Yeah, God, that never occurred to me. Realtors partner with moving companies? Obviously. Jesus.
Yeah.
Is that something they do? Do they all do that, or is that also one of
No,
those
they
things where you're
don't.
like,
And when I explain it to them, they're like, it's like a flash of light, and they're like, oh
hmm,
my God, that's the smartest thing ever. Like, no, it's not. This is common sense, right?
hmm,
Yeah, the realtor should make buddies with, for example, I don't know, the internet cable guy, right? Because
hmm,
when you move in, your house is sad and Wi-Fi-less, right?
yeah,
So you need the Wi-Fis. So yeah, man, like the realtor should be hooking those things up and introducing you with a welcome wagon and a bunch of services and a bunch of people who can do this for you that they know, like, and trust and will do a good job. And you will remember this realtor forever because they set you up all the way, right? So, because most people, you buy the house, okay, well, congratulations, here's a giant bill and you're on your own,
right,
right? The juxtaposition is crazy.
yeah. And it's like you're not even. It's not even like you're doing something selfish. You're helping these people. It's like we're trying to move, and oh, we need a moving company, and you're like, I know a good one. Don't worry, these guys are great.
But
It's
think
just
about it,
less
like on
stress.
all ends of that spectrum. When you move, that means you're leaving a place. When you leave a place, you got to clean it. Do you have a cleaner buddy? No? Why the hell not? Right? So,
Right.
and again, this makes absolute sense when I say it like that, but no one ever thinks of stuff. I'm like, come on, really? Anyway,
All right. Brilliant. So, oh, hang on. Before we go to the hack of the week, before we do that, let me
yeah.
just do something really quick. Oh, come on. It's gonna make this stuff for me. Oh my God. Everything slows down when you're trying to show somebody, right?
Did you redo the background? You gonna redo your background?
I didn't redo the background,
What do you got?
but I did.
Oh,
Ta-da!
there you go. You got the guitar breaking. So is the AI smart enough to break the guitar now?
Yeah. Yeah, look, it's done a great job. I mean, this, if you know anything about guitars, that's not, those don't go on an angle like that.
No.
And these white spots are in the wrong place. But it's funny, you can't see it in here. I asked it for a guitar like a Gibson, and it
Right.
literally put the Gibson logo on the headstock. And actually, those are Marshall amps back there,
There you
another
go.
trademark. And I like this. Rock destroys everything. It
Yes.
decided to throw in a political message of some kind on the drums.
And I
But
like how the fact that there's two necks, because there's one in the background flying off
oh
and
yeah,
there's
that's right. There's a neck going over there, but this neck is still intact. So not
exactly.
perfect,
So it's getting
but
there. At least before it wouldn't smash the guitar, but now it
yeah,
does.
the guitar was always 100% intact, just with debris around it.
That's
Now it's
hilarious.
like it's
See, it's
definitely
come a long way since what was that, 6 months ago
yeah, whatever it was.
when we talked about that?
All right. So okay, now we can move on.
Alrighty. So it's time for
Hack of the week.
hack of the week. Um, so a lot of people make like campaigns to go after clients, right? And so
Mm.
in the spirit of indirectness, my hack of the week is build a campaign to go after partners instead. So go after referral partners with this campaign. So instead of getting like one customer when the campaign is successful on a single transaction, maybe you're gonna get like 5 to 10 referral partners, um, and they all have, 50 to 200 clients each. You still get the same number of customers, like 1,000 customers or whatever you want to go after, but the success of your campaign, the numbers can be much, much, much lower, right? So you don't have to hit it out of the park as hard. Okay.
Okay.
So if you build a campaign to go after the referral partners and build that out,
Mm.
and make that the campaign versus the campaign to get direct clients,
Right.
you would be surprised as to how many more sales you make because every single sale that you make is multiplied by the number of their client base, right?
Hmm.
So, because 10 partners at 100 clients each is 1,000 customers. To get 1,000 customers one by one each would take a whole lot more time, right? And yeah, so that's basically it. And the leads, they come pre-trusted, pre-qualified, pre-sold essentially because they're a warm handoff, a warm handshake, right? So a joint venture partner here in the Lower Mainland has roughly, I don't know, 1,000, maybe 1,200 business connections that he's well connected to, and they know, like, and trust him, and he's handing them over to us, you know pre-sold, and are just basically saying yes. And we're just booking them on calls, and that's it. And they're closing and they're working and everyone's happy. Oh my God. Right? So, to get 1,200 customers one by one would be a nightmare, right? Whereas to get this one guy to warm handshake these customers, and like while we're talking, someone else is messaging who has another network, and they have a couple hundred people in their platform, their network, their system, and all of them know, like, and trust her, and she's getting them all to switch over, and it's great, right? So
Hmm.
we have two handshakes and, you know 2,000 customers. That's great. So anyway, that's the hack of the week. Like, make the campaign for the other people who resell your stuff, and make sure your processes are in place, and get your pants blown off by like the sheer amount of leads that are coming in. I think we're at 25,000 leads that we have to now process and convert and deal with, and
Wow.
yeah, that's a lot of freaking leads, right? So that's why we're building these things and these systems and the stuff in place, because otherwise we're going to die. Because think about it, 25,000 leads. Even if I called every lead, like, one a day for a year, there's 365. Okay, only 20, how many left to go? Like, so it'll take me like the rest of my life to call all 25,000, or we build a system, right? But that's a nice first world problem to have.
This is kind of a variation of the $5, $50, $500 question.
Same kind of structure, right?
Yeah.
550, 500. But you notice how we didn't say that up until the end, the 550, 500,
Hmm.
right? Whereas, other presentations, I have that front and center, right?
Yeah.
And this one, I use the analogy of the samurai and the ninja, right? So versus the 550, 500. So, like I said, it's repetition, disguised repetition, right? And then explaining the same thing from multiple different angles until they just one day, they hear the choirs of angels singing, and they're like, "Oh, I got it! I got it!"
Hmm.
It's the same damn message, right? So,
You know what's funny that like this hack even occurred to me halfway through this. Like before we got to the hack, I was like, geez, I should really just sort of post some stuff to my own personal social network. Not saying, hey, do you need a website, but hey, do you know someone who needs a website?
oh, absolutely. And that's only the $50 question, right? Like, that's only the middle
Yeah.
question. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Who do you know who knows people who need websites?
But like, if I were, in your spot and I was to go look for, joint venture partners, remember the one I mentioned back in the day, like print shops?
Print shops.
Like,
Yeah.
does anybody know a good print shop? And you're gonna get maybe 4 or 5 recommendations. right?
Mhm.
If you keep it up, maybe you'll get 10. You take all 10 of those guys out for coffee and two of them really like you. Well, that's two times however many customers that print shop has, right? Of chances you have of getting customers. So let's say that the average print shop has about 5,000 clients,
Mhm.
right? Because you don't make a lot of money from printing business cards. The margin on business cards is not that great, but that's usually their best seller, right? For business cards. But, at 5,000 clients, even at a 1% conversion, that's 50 freaking websites. That's a lot of websites.
It's
So,
enough. I'll do.
yeah.
Cool. I guess we tried too hard to go quickly this episode, and then here we are 10 minutes ahead of schedule. But I guess we're done.
Yeah, that's
What do
a
we
wrap.
say? Let's check
So,
for any shout outs. I think that guitar smashing. That's cool. I'm gonna
uh,
play around with that after we're
I'm
done.
glad your guitar smash finally worked.
Yeah. Actually, the reason I asked AI for it was because I made a tattoo for myself of a
Oh yeah,
smashed guitar.
there's a guitar.
Yeah. And so it's smashed. I had to what I ended up having to do was take a photograph of one and just trace it
Okay.
to make that instead of being able to make one exactly what I wanted. But this one turned out okay. Anyway, I guess that's it. So thanks everybody for tuning in. We really appreciate you. If you didn't tune in, thanks for watching us on recorded video after the live video. That's okay. We understand. We understand you have a busy day. You can't always tune in live. We forgive you. But thanks for watching us on recording, watching us there. And Earl, thank you so much for all the nuggets of wisdom. We really appreciate it. Thank you to AI for making our jobs easier, doing the heavy lifting.
And finally smashing that damn guitar.
And finally, smashing the guitar. Rock destroys everything.
There you go. Thank you, Dan, for being an
There we go.
awesome co-host. And it's pretty funny. We tangented for 20 minutes at the beginning, and then we still were like, oh, we're done early. So
Yeah. It felt like this episode, a little bit like each thing was sort of a different statement of the same concept. So it felt like there wasn't too much meat on the bone by the time we got to the fourth
that's true,
iteration.
but
But oh,
but but sometimes it's the iteration in a different verbiage that gets you, right? Like
yeah.
so yeah. I mean,
But
like I'm
hopefully,
a big fan of Hormozy, and
mm,
nothing that he teaches is new, right? Like I've seen all these things he's taught before, but the way he says it is so engaging and enthralling that's like, I really like this guy, even though it's the same stuff, right?
yeah.
Um, the same thing with like Sabri Subi, right? Like he's teaching the same thing, right? And it's the same stuff, but I just like the way he talks, right? So
Mhm.
it's sometimes it's the presenter. So let that be a lesson to you guys as well. Um, just because everything is there's nothing new under the sun, right?
Mhm.
Doesn't mean that if you don't say it your way, maybe someone will resonate with your way of saying it and go, you know what? I want to do business with that person, right? So
Yeah.
don't be afraid to make your own take of the same content. But that being said, I'll play us out.
Perfect. All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Earl and the Idiot. We hope you learned something you can take action on this week. For more information or to contact the show, visit earlandtheidiot.com. And until next time, remember what Shakespeare said. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool.
Yeah. I gotta go, Earl. I know you do too. I'll talk later.
All right. Take care.
Yeah.